What's up, YouTubies? Captain CEO back in the house again. Man, look, June can't start unless I give y'all some words of inspiration. I got to inspire you to push harder, reach higher, go further, reach down into your bag and just do what you got to do to live your dreams and to make your dreams a reality. Man, look, no grind. Sure enough, you can't do no shining, right? Welcome back to the channel, subscribers, family, and friends. Look, I just want to talk about on this day, dare to be different, right? Dare to be different. I discovered, my brothers and my sisters, that years ago, if I was going to reach higher heights, if I wanted to go further than anybody in my family had went before, if I was going to achieve things that I've never could have ever dreamed of, that even my ancestors could have never dreamed of, then I was going to have to dare to be different. Look, it's easy to just follow in footsteps that maybe even other person's footsteps, right? I'll just put it that way. It's easy to follow in someone else's footsteps. But the problem is, if those footsteps lead to nowhere, then you are also going nowhere. Ooh, did you get that? Right? And so I discovered when I was younger and in my 20s that, hey, look, man, I want to do something different. I want to be different in my family. Even though my mama had a business that really planted the seeds in my life, and then she shut it down. The seeds were still in my mind, in my heart, that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, right? And so very few people in my family are entrepreneurs. So other than my mom, really didn't have a whole lot of examples to look at. But that seed was planted. And I wanted to dare to be different. I never shall forget when I got my truck. I had family members and friends saying that, oh man, what is he doing? Man, he got to be crazy going out there getting a truck. What are he gonna do with that? Where he gonna work it at? Naysayers that were blood relatives. But I dared to be different, right? I didn't want to follow in the footsteps of the and continue on in the 9 to 5. That's nothing against anybody who's working a 9 to 5, 8 to 4, whatever it is. I'm just speaking what my reality was. I didn't want to continue in that avenue, right? I wanted to be my own guy. I had got a taste of it in my mama's business about calling your own shots, being your own boss, moving how you want to move, right? And once I tasted that, then it's like getting some clean water, right? If you've been drinking dirty water for a long time and then you get that one glass of clean water, you don't want dirty water anymore. Did you get that? Yeah, so I dared to be different, and I had to just step out into the unknown, right? Research, due diligence done, but I dared to be different. I had several examples that I could have followed of relatives that have decided to work, just do a 9 to 5, go get your job, go work for the state of Louisiana, and just try to make it like that. And perhaps I could have made it like that, right? But I dared to be different. I wanted to try something different. Was there risk involved? Yes, there's risk involved, but there's no reward without any risk. Oh, did you get that? The key to doing risky things is to minimize the risk by doing your due diligence and getting the knowledge in your head, making sure you got your money right. That's how you minimize the risk. Most businesses fail because there was not enough capital, or there was a misunderstanding about the concept of the business, or some folks just ain't got no work ethic, or everybody ain't business minded. Did you get that? Yeah, so I dared to be different. I didn't want to be like everybody else. I didn't want to do what everybody else was doing. I wanted to do my own thing, and I've discovered that many times when you are the one that dares to be different and do what nobody else in the family has done, do what nobody in your circle of friends have done, step out into the unknown, even though folks are saying you crazy, you ought to not do it, you're going to fail, that ain't going to work. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Yes, guess what? You ain't me. That's why you wouldn't do it, right? And so I dared to be different. I just want to encourage you. Don't be affected by the negative words of even family and friends, the naysayers, because here's the thing, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. People are down on what they're not up on. Did you get that? People are down on what they're not up on. Right? Watch this. Let me give you another one. Can I give you another one? A Jonesism. Can I give you another one? Without information, people use their imagination. Ooh, yeah. See, the thing it is, when folks don't understand a certain thing, then they begin to use their imagination about things because they have no information. Case in point, folks didn't understand the dump truck business. I had done my research, but my family and friends, they didn't understand it. So without information, they start using their imagination, and their imagination led them to first be negative and say, oh, he ain't gonna make it, right? Instead of folks saying, go ahead, son, it's gonna be all right. Keep working it. You done your research. Stick with it, son. That's what they should have been saying. But typically, the first reaction of a lot of people is to be negative. That's why that comes with the territory of daring to be different, right? If you're going to be just like everybody else, be normal, then everybody will pat you on the back, right? All right, because you're not breaking barriers. You're not stepping outside the norm. You're not going against the grain, right, of what everybody else is doing. Look, here's the thing. Remember this. If you don't hear me say anything else, look, if you're going to dare to be different, don't follow the trail, blaze the trail. Ooh, did you get that? In other words, create trails, create paths. You ain't got to always follow the path that's been set before you. Right? And so you got to blaze new trails so others can follow you. That's why I know that's part of my purpose. That's part of my calling, to blaze the trail. And I have in my own context here blazed the trail for several other guys that have come behind me in this particular area in the dump truck business because they have saw me do it. Right? And that have empowered and given them courage to do what? Come along that same trail. Right? But if I did, nobody blazed the trail for me. I was the trailblazer here. So I had to dare to be different. It had not been done. Right? And that's not any kind of pat on my back. No, that was God directing me when I ain't had enough sense to direct myself. Did you get that? So I'm come to tell you this on this video, dare to be different. Don't worry about following the same path. Right? Sometimes when you're blazing a trail, it's just like going in the woods and cutting a new trail through where you're trying to go. It's going to be a little bumpy. It's going to be a little rough. It's going to be some twigs in your way. It's going to be a little rocky. But when you blaze the trail, then you get a chance to smooth out the trail. Right? Oh, did you get that? Right? And then what you just did is made the trail smoother for those coming behind you. All because you dared to be different. Right? You'll never know what you can be or what you can do until you step out there and actually get into the game of doing it. See what I've discovered just in having the channel, that sometimes some folks want everything laid out before they'll make a move. I come to tell you, it don't always work like that. Let me give you some game right here from a biblical perspective. This is an inspirational video. Genesis chapter 12, God told Abraham, leave mama, leave daddy, leave your kinfolk, leave your country folk, and start walking, Abraham. Go to a place that I'm going to show you. Oh, don't miss this right here. Abraham had to start walking before God told him where he was going. Ooh. All God says, look, I need you to pack your stuff. Get your stuff together. Get your immediate family together. And I need you to start walking. Abraham had to trust God that he had, and watch this, he had fellowship with God already. So he had to trust God enough to say, okay, you know what, God? I'm going to dare to be different. It would be normal just to stay here with family and friends and mama and daddy. But God says, step out. Leave. I'm going to show you where you're going after you leave because I need to see if you got faith enough to leave. If you ain't got faith enough to leave, then I don't need to show you where you're going because you ain't got enough faith to trust me to leave where you're at so you can find out where you're going. Did you get that? Oh, yeah, look. So look, here it is. Dare to be different will require, at some point, you got to step out and trust God. He wants you to start walking. Let me colloquialize it for you. Do your due diligence. Get all the information you need to get about this business. Get your money right. And then you start walking. Dare to be different. Everything ain't going to be laid out for you like a silver platter. You're going to learn something as you go. But if you cover the basics, I come to tell you, you'll be all right. This video has been inspirational to you. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Country CEO, trying to tell you, it's okay to be different. I know I'm different, and I'm glad I'm different. Because being different, I found out I'm also favored. And he's shown me that in 22 years. Woo! I feel like Ric Flair. Country CEO. I'm out of here. I'm gone.